Listen closely, because what I'm about to say will either wake something powerful inside you, or it will make you uncomfortable enough to turn away. And if you feel that tension right now, it's because deep down you already know this is true. The strongest moments in love are never loud. The most dangerous desires are never begged for. And the people who truly control relationships, attraction, and intimacy are rarely the ones who speak the most. They are the ones who can sit in silence without fear. They are the ones who can desire without chasing. They are the ones who understand that restraint is not weakness, it is power. In a world addicted to noise, attention, and constant validation, silence has become rare, and rarity is what creates value. This is not about manipulation. This is not about playing games. This is about mastering yourself so deeply that others feel your presence even when you say nothing at all. Stoicism was never meant to make you cold or distant. It was meant to make you unshakable. When applied to relationships, it does something even more dangerous. It makes you magnetic. Most people enter relationships from hunger. They want to be seen, touched, chosen, reassured. They want desire handed to them, but hunger is visible. Neediness leaks through words, texts, tone, posture, and energy. And whether it's a man or a woman, people instinctively pull away from what feels desperate. Stoic energy is the opposite. It says, I want you, but I don't need you to survive. I desire you, but I am complete without your validation. Creates strength tension, that T great. East NWESI, NHT creates attraction. That attraction creates intimacy that feels earned, not forced. Silence is the first test. When you don't immediately respond, when you don't rush to explain yourself, when you don't fill every pause with words, something interesting happens. The other person begins to lean in. Their mind starts to work. They wonder what you're thinking. They feel the space between you, and space is where desire grows. Stoics understood this centuries ago. They knew that what is controlled internally controls everything externally. When you can sit with your own emotions without reacting, without chasing relief, without seeking instant comfort, you become grounded. Grounded people feel safe. Safe people feel attractive. Attractive people don't have to demand attention. It comes to them. In modern relationships, especially in America, everything moves fast. Texts are instant. Reactions are immediate. Emotions are displayed publicly. Desire is rushed. But depth doesn't grow in speed. It grows in patience. When you slow down, when you let moments breathe, when you don't rush intimacy, physical or emotional, you create anticipation. Anticipation is one of the most intimate feelings two people can share. It's that quiet heat before touch, that charged look across the room, that pause before a kiss where time stretches just long enough to make the body aware of itself. Stoicism doesn't deny intimacy, it refines it. There is a misconception that Stoic men are emotionally unavailable or that Stoic women are detached. That's a misunderstanding born from people who confuse discipline with suppression. True Stoicism doesn't shut emotions down. It places them under command. It allows you to feel desire without being controlled by it, to feel attraction without losing self-respect, to feel sexual energy without letting it turn you reckless. When you master this, intimacy becomes more powerful, not less. Touch becomes intentional, words carry weight, even silence becomes intimate. Sitting next to someone without speaking, feeling the shared presence, the awareness of each other's bodies, the calm tension in the air, that is intimacy most people never experience because they are too busy filling the moment with noise. In relationships between men and women, polarity matters. Not dominance, not submission, but grounded presence. When a man is centered, when his actions come from values instead of insecurity, his calm becomes attractive. When a woman is self-possessed, when she doesn't perform for approval, her confidence becomes irresistible. Stoicism supports both. It encourages self-respect, boundaries, and emotional maturity, and boundaries are not walls. They are the frame that gives the relationship shape. Without them, desire spills everywhere and loses intensity. With them, desire has direction. Think about how attraction actually works. It's not built on constant reassurance. It's built on mystery, safety, and depth. When you don't reveal everything at once, when you don't chase every emotional impulse, you allow the other person to discover you over time. Discovery creates investment. Investment creates attachment. And attachment becomes powerful when it's chosen, not coerced. Silence plays a crucial role here. Silence is not absence. Silence is presence without demand. It says, I am here, and I am not afraid to be with myself. Stoic philosophy teaches control over what you can and acceptance of what you cannot. In relationships, this is everything. You cannot control how someone feels about you. You cannot force desire. You cannot demand loyalty. But you can control how you show up. You can control your reactions. You can control your standards. When you stop trying to control the outcome, something paradoxical happens. You become more attractive because you are no longer grasping. You are allowing, and allowing creates room for genuine connection. There is also a sexual dimension to this that people rarely talk about honestly. Sexual energy is strongest when it is not spilled everywhere, when it's not desperate, when it's contained. A person who is constantly seeking validation through sex, flirting, or attention loses power. But a person who is comfortable with desire, who doesn't rush to satisfy it, who can hold that energy calmly, becomes intensely attractive. It's felt in eye contact, in stillness, in the way they touch slowly, deliberately, without anxiety. Stoicism doesn't reject sex. It removes fear from it. It removes the need to prove something. It turns intimacy into a shared experience instead of a transaction. Suspense is born from restraint. When you don't immediately reveal your intentions, when you don't rush physical closeness, when you let emotional connection build naturally, the body responds differently. Heart rate changes, awareness increases, touch feels deeper because it's not automatic. This is why rushed relationships often burn out quickly. There is no tension left to explore. Everything is exposed too fast. Stoic restraint keeps the fire alive by controlling the airflow. In American culture, confidence is admired, but calm confidence is rare. Most confidence is loud. It seeks attention. Stoic confidence is quiet. It doesn't announce itself, it's felt. When you walk into a room grounded, not scanning for approval, not trying to impress, people notice. When you speak less but with intention, your words carry more weight. When you listen more than you talk, people feel seen. And feeling seen is deeply intimate. Many people crave sex when what they really want is to feel understood. Stoicism teaches you to provide that without losing yourself. Silence during conflict is also misunderstood. It's not avoidance. It's choosing not to react emotionally in the moment. It's stepping back, letting emotions settle, responding instead of reacting. This alone can transform relationships. Instead of escalating arguments, silence creates space for reason. It prevents regret, it shows strength, and strength creates safety. Safety creates trust. Trust deepens intimacy far beyond physical touch. Stoic love is not dramatic, it's steady. It's not about constant passion, it's about consistent presence. It's about choosing the person daily without losing individuality. When both partners practice this, intimacy becomes deeper over time instead of fading. Physical closeness becomes richer because it's supported by emotional stability. Desire doesn't disappear. It evolves, it becomes less frantic and more intense, less needy and more intentional. There is a quiet confidence in knowing you are enough. When you don't need someone to complete you, you can truly choose them. That choice feels different to the other person. It feels clean, it feels powerful, it feels safe. Stoicism gives you that internal stability. It teaches you to sit with loneliness without panicking, with desire without chasing, with uncertainty without collapsing. And when you bring that into a relationship, you become a steady presence in a chaotic world. Sexual intimacy, when approached stoically, becomes about connection rather than escape. It's slower, more aware, less about performance and more about presence. Eye contact lasts longer. Touch becomes deliberate. There is no rush to finish the moment. This kind of intimacy lingers. It stays in the body. It deepens bonds because it's rooted in awareness rather than distraction. Many people have experienced physical closeness, but very few have experienced true intimacy. Stoicism opens the door to that by removing anxiety from the equation. In the end, Stoic relationships are not about withholding love. They are about offering it from a place of strength. Silence is not punishment, it's composure. Distance is not rejection, it's self-respect. Desire is not weakness. It's energy that can be guided. When you understand this, everything changes. You stop chasing. You stop over-explaining. You stop fearing loss. And paradoxically, you become harder to lose. If you take anything from this, let it be this. Master yourself before you try to master connection. Learn to sit in silence without discomfort. Learn to desire without desperation. Learn to love without losing your center. In that space, real attraction forms, real intimacy grows, and relationships stop feeling like battles and start feeling like choices, made calmly, confidently, and deeply. This is Stoic power in relationships, quiet, controlled, unshakable, and unforgettable.